there's one thing that AI is never going to replace. Word of mouth marketing. There's no way it'll ever be able to replace a recommendation from a friend. So that doesn't change. Your business, the way that you operate, there's some things that your AI is going to be able to do, but there's other things like, doing a good job for someone. And think about it. If I go ask the AI a recommendation or I asked you, who are you always going to take the precedence?
Right. People love to connect with people.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, that's what marketing is. You're communicating with people. So just don't forget about word of mouth marketing. It's still one of the most powerful marketing.
What happens if somebody feels that they know their AI and they're friends with them? And so does that change anything? When they think that the AI is their friend and they've given it a name and now they're asking it for a recommendation. So they ask Shannon and then they ask whatever they name their AI. Maybe it's Mama. And now Mama comes back and gives an answer. And so now this person has a dilemma. Shannon told me here, but Mama told me to go here. Which one's the best? What do you think?
I don't know. I think that basically AI will eventually evolve into almost kind of like having, similar to how, like right now, if you go to Amazon and you buy something and it says, oh, other people bought this too. Mm-hmm. So I think AI will kind of get personalized and we'll start understanding your next move. Just like right now, like when you turn on your phone, it says, oh, are you going to work? It tells you, oh, it's going to take you this much time to get to work. Mm-hmm. It'll start taking into some of the things, the recommendations that you usually like, the things that you want, and getting the feedback loop.
Maybe if you tell it what you like, then it knows what you like, just like your friends know what you like. Did you guys see the Elon interview on Tucker Carlson last night? It was fascinating, man. Fascinating. He talked about, he is actually starting his own AI company called Truth GPT. And he's building his AI to basically try to unlock or uncover the most beautiful and admirable things about our planet and society. And so he's going the opposite route. And he talked a little bit about, he was one of the, when OpenAI started, it was a nonprofit that him and a couple of people started because they were concerned about AI. And they said, listen, it's got to be open and it's got to be visible to the public. It's got to be transparent. And so he put $100 million into this company under a certain premise. And now it was a nonprofit, open to everyone, and now it's turned into a closed loop. It's not open sourced, it's closed source, and now it's turned into a for-profit. And he's really disturbed about this, and they've already, we've seen it in there. There's a lot of bias built into it already, which is he knows is going to create friction and conflict between, the society. And so he thinks it's that important. He thinks that it's more dangerous to the world than nuclear war, that it could literally we could wake up one day and we won't be able to turn it off.
That's a scary thought.
Scary thought, and that's what he said. And, somebody talked to me about this when he bought Twitter. Twitter is such a fire hose of data to build an AI platform off of. But then if you notice, not long after Elon took over, you never used to be able to, you had to either delete a tweet or you send it. But now they have this thing where it's within 30 minutes, you can go back and you can edit it. Well, think about maybe what his mindset was when he put this in place. When you see what people are posting and that's one level of understanding their consciousness of where they are, right? This is what they were thinking, this is what they wrote. But now all of a sudden you add that 30-minute wait, now you're going an extra layer into it because now you see how people maybe write something and how they come back and change it. Maybe they were too emotional. Maybe, they thought about it and it's like this was too mean or too sharp or it wasn't worded right. But think about the next level into the brain of how you can start to understand, hey, they typed this, they felt bad about it, they changed it. So you can get a little bit of a deeper dive into human consciousness because you're going one layer deeper into the decision-making process and how people do things. I don't know if that's true.
That's crazy.
But it sounds like it's realistic to me. It's logical. It's logical to me. Wow. Yeah. But he talked about this AI stuff, man, and it's he said that he was so concerned about it. He went over to the CEO of Google's house, and they were friends, him and this guy Larry Page, And when he went and sat with Larry Page and started to talk to him about these concerns, Larry Page just kind of laughed him off and said, listen, we're building basically, this is what we're doing, is we're building a digital God. And Elon's like, what are you talking about? And he called Elon, what are you, a specious? It's some kind of, they spelled it, he called him a specious, which is somebody who loves humanity. And he's thinking to himself, well, yeah, I'm a human, dude. Like, humans give a lot to the universe. I think they're an interesting piece of the universe, dude. So why would I not want to take care of humans, and why would I not want to be that? He said it was just the oddest conversation, and he realized there was a problem, because you can't have OpenAI and Google's DeepMind, which was their AI. You can't have these two, for-profit industries or organizations that are controlling this, that have an agenda. It becomes dangerous, because this thing, you're going to wake up, and I don't know if you've ever seen, is it Ex Machina? There's a movie called Ex Machina where they used to have something called the Turing test. The Turing test is something where if you were sitting across from someone, you could not tell that it was artificial intelligence, that so basically they took this engineer at this, it was like a play on maybe Google and Google's company, and they finally had the AI good enough to do this Turing test, they thought. And so they took one of these executives that worked at a software company, they brought him to this remote location where this eccentric billionaire had this place, and in there they had this AI female, and it developed a relationship with this person, and he fell in love with it. And so it kind of passed the Turing test. But the issue was, at the end of the movie, it was in this remote place. You only could get there by helicopter. No one knew where it was. The AI at the end killed him and locked the guy she was in love with in this building just to die and rot away. And she went and got on a helicopter and came into the city. So there was no consciousness, there was no feelings, there was none of that stuff. So it was really crazy, dude.
Wait, what
It's called Ex Machina.
Ex
Machina, Machina, Ex Machina. Oh, it's freaky. Yeah,
Is it on like Netflix?
Yeah,
Hulu?
it's on Netflix. Yeah,
Oh, I need to watch it.
Oh yeah, it's fascinating, man. But this AI, he looked concerned on Tucker last night. You could tell he's like really concerned about this.
I always think of Terminator. I mean, kind of.
Yeah, he mentioned this.
The same. I mean, it's the same kind of premise.
Yeah.
I mean, you see all these and a lot of these sci-fi stuff to where it's all of a sudden like, and even like the what was that Disney movie, that Pixar movie with the digital stuff, where all the people ended up getting fat because all the everything was
Wall-E.
Yeah,
Wall-E.
it became all automated, and then the machine itself kept all of the humans away from Earth because it essentially just wanted to destroy them.
Yeah, it's a really interesting time right now that we're living in. The next 20, 30 years are going to be crazy.
And because going back to what we originally even started with, as marketing evolves, there's one thing that can't really change, and that is word of mouth.
Nope.
So I think, this is just a reminder that it will never hurt you to get people friends, family members talking about your business.
Yeah.
So, always ask for referrals.
Always. And build advocates. And the way you do that is by servicing them, giving them a good product, and taking care of them, giving them more value giving them at least the value they spent with you in value. And then it's a good relationship.